One of the things I found out about Milo Yiannopoulos, I'm going to do my best to say it, was an article that he wrote some years ago. And I'm going to, let me say allegedly wrote some years ago because I read it, but I didn't get a second confirmation on the source, right? So, but I believe there's an article that he wrote before Gamergate that was really saying that we should have some type of confirmation of identities for online users, right? Some way that we can verify them so that they can be held accountable for their actions and their language and their behavior online. And to hear him say that around 2012 and then today be the greatest beneficiary of anonymity and the online trolling community, it really shows you that there probably was a very opportunistic shift where he wanted to capitalize on this this division and that was exposed by Gamergate. Like, I mean, Gamergate was so huge. I can't believe that it was, you know, that something like that became so huge. But I mean, let me take a second to put aside all the nuance. One of my favorite debate groups on Facebook is the Political, Philosophical, and Religious Debate Group. Go look them up. Great group. I spent like a year in there before I started my show, just debating people. And they have rule number one: don't be a dick. And I'm sorry if that's chauvinistic or whatever, but I'm using it as a pejorative, right? Don't be an asshole. Don't be, you know, they have made an industry. And I don't care about your, at this point, I am not arguing about your right to be an asshole. Yes, you have a constitutional free speech amendment to be an asshole, to not have the government infringe your right to be an asshole. Great. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that people have made an entire industry out of being jerks and harassing women and harassing the LGBTQ community and harassing minorities and black people. And if you intersect on all of those, then you're the trifecta of getting harassed. You know, we can harass you for being black. We can harass you for being a woman. We can harass you for being gay. Oh, and God don't let you be overweight. We can harass you for being fat, right? So it's all of these, and people have made an industry, a fortune off of doing that. And we sit back and allow them to do it. As liberals, we sit back and watch them do it because we will protect your right to say what you want to say as much as we would protect our right to say what we want to say. And in theory, that's good. That's cool. But what about a person's right to exist without this type of harassment? And don't tell me that this, first of all, if you tell me the harassment doesn't go on, go read my mentions. Go read my comment section in YouTube. It goes on all day, every damn day. I just don't complain about it because I'm a bigger asshole. And matter of fact, I have to roll. You know how many comments I've deleted of my own? I don't delete other people's comments. I delete my own comments because I'm usually like, that's not a good look, Ben. That's really mean. Don't try to make them jump off of a cliff. You know, be a better person. I'm constantly having to delete my comments because I returned in kind, right? If you're kind to me, I'm going to be kind to you. If you're an ass to me, I'm going to be an even bigger ass to you, right? So that's why I never even mention it. But if you want proof, just go look at my comment section. And I'm a dude. And I'm a dude who doesn't give a fuck, hell, right? So imagine what they do to women YouTubers and people online and on Twitter. I see it all day long. And it's not a question of whether or not you have the right to do it. I'm saying you're a piece of shit if you make an entire industry out of doing that. And all the people who support your industry are pieces of shit and feces as well. And thankfully, while you may be protected from the federal government and protected and allowed to be a prick, I respect that right and I celebrate that right. But thankfully, no business has to endure you coming into their place of business and ruining their business for other customers, making them lose other customers, making them lose users because you want to be celebrated as being a piece of shit. So thankfully, All these conservatives, actually not thankfully, pause, let me start a new sentence. All of you conservatives who celebrate the autonomy and the freedom of corporations, their corporations are people, my friend, and the power of the free market, this was the doing of the free market. This was a doing of a business that said, we don't want you here anymore. And you know what? There's not a damn thing that you can do about it. Cry all you want. I don't think you're going to find any solace or any solidarity, rather, with people to whom you've been an asshole. You're only going to get some sympathy from other assholes. And because I know the asshole community very well, that sympathy runs up pretty quick. So cry your tears, bitches. The game is up.
The Benjamin Dixon Show is only possible with listener support. Go to www.thebenjamindixonshow.com to register for our blog, join the Progressive Army, and support The Benjamin Dixon Show.
It's Ben Dixon.
If you like this episode, be sure to share, like, and subscribe.
Consider becoming a Patreon. Go to www.patreon.com/The BPD Show and support The Benjamin Dixon Show.